Rancho del Lago 2021, and I'm CheryLynn. Welcome back. So glad you could join me again today. We are going to talk about health, how yours can be better, how your good health can stay good, and how you can do it homeopathically without using big pharma. Stay with me to the end of the video, and I will tell you about 6 more things besides the original 10 that will save you money and make you healthier. Now, I am particularly interested in this as a homesteader because I want to be able to grow the things that I need. That's kind of growing and animal husbandry and those kinds of things are part of homesteading. But you don't have to be homesteading to use all of these benefits and to gain the knowledge so that you can be in more control of your own health instead of leaving it up to doctors and hospitals and pharmacies and insurance companies that don't care a hoot about you or who you are, but want to make a bigger profit. So keeping you not healthy is in their best interest. As the title of the video tells you, I want to share with you 10 things that I think that you should grow. If it's in little pots, on your porch, on your windowsill, it doesn't matter. If you've got room for a garden, that's great. But these 10 things will give you opportunities to use natural things instead of, let me give you an example. I used to have indigestion a lot, and having Tums in my house in like 3 places in my house so that I could grab it easily and pop one in. And of course, my thought was, there's calcium in there, so I'm doing good things for me. Well, there are also other things in something that is as innocent as Tums that you may not want in your body on a frequent basis. Now, a friend told me, and this is about a year ago, I can't believe I had to be that old before I knew it. Cheryl, you could use something else that's more natural and save a lot of money rather than buying Tums, because Tums are not cheap. And I said, okay, what is that? Well, it happened because I'm living in Mexico and I had to have people bring Tums to me from across the border because they don't sell Tums here. So she said, if you just use a little bit of baking soda in water, that will give you the relief that you're looking for minutia, pennies, 1 peso, so cheap, instead of spending all that money on Tums. So I tried it, and darn if it didn't work. Well, I quit buying Tums completely, and now only when I need it, which is far less often, I use just a little bit of the baking soda in water before I go to bed. I burp a lot, and I feel much better. I sleep through the night. I don't have the burning indigestion that I used to, having eaten certain things. Of course, eating early is a key too, because the later you eat, closer to lying down, the more problems that's going to cause you. Okay, let's get to these 10 things that I think you should grow, these 10 plants, so that you will have them readily available at your home and you can use them very easily. If you find that this content is valuable to you, please click on like. Feel free to share with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of the information I bring to you. Plant number 1, turmeric. Turmeric. Might be a little hard to say, but it's got a spicy kind of a flavor. You will find it in foods that you don't even know what it is, except that you like it. Well, turmeric is an antioxidant. It is an anti-inflammatory, and it actually repairs your DNA. Now, there is arsenic in the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, and the earth that grows things to give to us. It's everywhere, but it's in trace amounts. And it's only when you get large amounts accumulating that it can be a really bad thing for you and affect your DNA chain, affect it in a bad way. Well, turmeric repairs that DNA damage from the arsenic. It's amazing. It also does several other things. Being the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, it brings down any kind of swelling that you have in your body. It's just an all-around good thing. But turmeric is a root. And so when you grow it, you want to make sure that you're growing it in something that's deep enough that the root can grow. Kind of like garlic, grows underground. Okay, and ginger, which is the very next thing on my list. Ginger is a wonderful thing to grow. Now, I recently had experience with ginger because I was suffering tremendous allergies as soon as the rainy season started, and it was making me crazy. I wanted to scratch my eyes out. Well, I read somewhere that ginger has properties in it that will increase the histamines, the antihistamines in your body to fight the histamines that you naturally produce. That antihistamine is kind of like when you take Benadryl, but you don't want to take Benadryl because that just puts me to sleep. So I want the antihistamines to grow in numbers in my body, but the antihistamines are water soluble, so they wash out of your body. You have to keep ingesting something that is going to build up before it washes away. And so I found a candied ginger. And now I eat 3, 4, 5 little pieces a day, about the size of my thumbnail. And it has built up the antihistamines to the point where I no longer have itchy eyes. My eyes don't even water anymore. It's not affecting my sinuses, no runny noses, no stuffiness, no any of that, because I'm eating this ginger. Well, ginger is a great thing to grow. It's not that expensive to buy, but if you grow it, it's just that more readily available to you. Okay, next one is garlic. Garlic, cook with it. Use it all the time. Now, raw is best, even if you take little nibbles of raw, because when you cook it, you do cook out some of the beneficial things that are in it. But garlic can give you fewer colds and faster recovery because of what it does in your body to build up your immune system. Rosemary. Rosemary is the easiest thing to grow. I go out and I take little snips off my rosemary plant for various things. I love it as a room freshener. I just put some sprigs of it in with water in a saucepan, boil it, simmer it for about 15, 20 minutes, let it cool, and use that water in a spray bottle and spray it all over the house. It smells wonderful. And believe me, I've got, 7 cats and 5 dogs that are in and out of the house all the time. It does not always smell like you want company to enjoy. So spraying, especially when it's rainy and wet outside. So spraying that rosemary around just freshens everything up and makes it smell very mildly like a garden. It's great. But what does it do for you? Rosemary, if you just take some in your hand and you crush it, the smell. Oh, the smell is so good. That smell is a memory boost. Have a test to take, crush up and smell some rosemary. As long as you've studied, that will help you remember all the things that you've learned. It is a great thing for older people. I'm an older people. to help you with your memory on a daily basis. And who could ask for a better way to do it than the wonderful smell of rosemary? Now, let's see. I'm using my cheat sheet because I don't want to forget anything. Rosemary is also an antioxidant. Oregano is next on the list. Growing oregano. I have oregano and sage growing outside. Oregano is an antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory. Do you know that most of the pain that you have is because something inside of you is inflamed, swollen, bigger than it's supposed to be, and pressing on nerve endings where it's not supposed to be pressing? And that's why you have much of the pain that you have. So with the oregano, if you just take some of the oregano leaves and you put them in tea, sip the tea for sore throat, put it in soups, put it in sauces, put it in anything, stews, anything like that. And oregano is going to be a constant benefit to you. Okay, peppermint. Mint in general is very invasive. So you want to grow this definitely in a pot, because if you put it in the garden, it's just going to invade everything and it will always be there. So peppermint is good for stomach issues, sinus issues, headaches, motion sickness. Good for that. Also good for morning sickness, and for any of you ladies who are young enough to still have babies. Me, long ago, thank goodness. Okay, but peppermint is wonderful. And again, you take those leaves and you just crush them and smell them. It is just glorious to have that fresh smell. But when you put it in tea, it's just so relaxing. It's great for you. The next one, sage. Sage tea is wonderful for mouth and throat issues. Your throat is sore, you have canker sores, you have any kind of gum pain, any issues like that. Sage tea is wonderful. Besides just drinking it, like sip it and let it sit in your mouth for a few minutes and then swallow it. You will love the sage. The next one is lemon balm. Grow lemon balm. Lemon balm calms just with the smell. If you take, again, lemon balm and you just crush it up a little bit, you're going to smell that, and just the smell is calming. It's great when you put it in tea for colds and coughs and congestion. So keep your lemon balm around for that. Number 9 is called Globe Amaranth. Now, I was lucky enough to get one of these potted plants of the amaranth from my son's girlfriend for my birthday. At first, I thought it was bachelor buttons, but then I looked it up, did some research, and found out what its actual name is and what the special properties are. She knows I love medicinal plants, so this was a special thing for me. Now, the Globe Amaranth is an annual. It does die back, but it will reseed itself if you put it in a garden. Mine just recently died, so I took the flower heads off, which is where the seeds come from, and put them in a special container so that I can use them for tea and for reseeding for next year. And all of the leaves, those have additional medicinal benefits. So I took the leaves off of the stems, dried them, washed them, dried them, and then put them in another container so that I can use those in cooking. But Globe Amaranth is a relaxative. It's also good for headaches, digestive issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, to boost your immune system. So it's another really valuable plant, and that's why it's included in this list. And the last of the 10 is bee balm, also called Monarda. That is an antimicrobial. an antiviral, an antifungal, an antibacterial. It's good for coughs. It's good for stomach aches. And it's also good topically for your skin. So if you have any kind of lotions that have bee balm in them, then that is a really healing agent for your skin. Now, the bonus is this: 6 additional things that you probably have in your house already. Those 6 additional things. Number 1, cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper contains capsaicin. That capsaicin is a pain reducer. It does it by putting that capsaicin in your nerve receptors for pain, and it kind of like numbs them so that it desensitizes them to the pain. So it's a good pain reliever. So if you're like having a pizza, or having tacos, or having whatever that you can sprinkle some cayenne pepper in, do it. It's good for your body. And it will, like, even if you're just bloated or your joints ache, that capsaicin in the cayenne pepper will help you. Cloves. Cloves are wonderful for your health. If you just take a clove and chew it, you have dental pain, you have gum or a tooth that's sore, chew a clove. That will relieve that and numb that right away. Cinnamon. Cinnamon you want to pair with cloves. If you are cooking, for instance, my son makes pickled beets and he uses cinnamon and cloves, and the taste, they are to die for. And it's healthy. It's good for you. But the cinnamon, please be careful. When you buy cinnamon sticks, look at where they have come from. There is one from Ceylon, Ceylon. It's a lighter color, and that one is very good for you. There is another one it's called Cassia, Cassia. Not good for you. Not good for ingesting. The cassia is fine if you want to use it for air freshening in a potpourri. That's fine. But don't ingest that one. It has got an element in it that can be toxic. So pay attention. When you buy cinnamon, if you are going to ingest it in any way, make sure that it is the Ceylon, Ceylon. Horseradish. Do you have horseradish in the house? I bet you didn't know it's like medicinal. Horseradish is great for sinus and bronchial and urinary tract infections. So keep some horseradish around. Dill. Dill is good for stomach upsets and depression. Who knew? So cook with your dill. Chamomile. Chamomile is what we commonly know as tea. Chamomile tea is good for stomach issues. It's good for helping you sleep, for calming you. And if you have any kind of eye issues, maybe you have a sty, maybe your eyes are especially red for long nights, or you've got a scratch in there, or your eyes itch, take some weak chamomile tea and wash your eye out with it. That will heal whatever's affecting in your eyeball. Who knew? So those are just a few things that are extra good for you to grow, to keep in your cabinet. We're going to go over lots more things in the not too distant future, because I think having your home apothecary is going to make you a much healthier, stronger, immune person to fight off all the nasty things that come our way. And who knows what that might be. Maybe maybe you live in an area where mosquitoes carry dengue fever. Maybe COVID is raging again in your area. Maybe the flu is going around. Whatever it is, as long as your immune system is stronger, you're going to be better at fighting that off from the get-go. So that's all I had to share with you today. I hope you found that valuable. And feel free to go back and look at this again and take screenshots where I have put the words across the screen so you know which particular thing I'm talking about and what some of its benefits are. And let me know in comments if you have any questions or if you have anything to add to what I've already put in here. I'm happy to have more input. In fact, YouTube loves for you to give me input because then they see that there's interaction and they want to share my video with more people. That's a good thing. So thanks again for joining me, and I hope that this start for your home apothecary garden will be a very good one. Have a great day.